Welcome back to the Law of Journalism and Mass Communication. We are in Chapter 6, talking about protecting privacy. And we have made it to the tort of private facts. The tort of private facts is a cause of action that can be used as a basis for a lawsuit when somebody's private information has been published to the rest of the world. It's publishing truthful but intimate private information that is not of legitimate public concern. The standard is that highly offensive to a reasonable person standard. So if publishing the information would be highly offensive to the reasonable person, then that could be considered a violation of this law. It has to be more than just embarrassing information. It has to be highly embarrassing. It has to have no newsworthy value. And it has to be where it hasn't been lawfully obtained, where it's not something of public record. Here is the elements checklist that comes from the textbook. You got the plaintiff's case where it has to be publicizing private, intimate facts that would be highly embarrassing to a reasonable person and are not of legitimate public concern. And then they've got the defenses, which is what is the First Amendment and truth. So in putting together a case, a plaintiff has to show that these facts were kept intimate, that they were kept private, they weren't revealed to no more than a few close family members or friends and not shared with the public. And the plaintiff is also going to have to show that these private facts, once they were published, they were given widespread publicity. And widespread publicity here for private facts is a little bit different than publication for libel standards. So publication, not the same as in libel. It has to be, publication here means that it's published out to the community or to a wider audience, not just to any third parties. Now, these private facts are going to have some sort of significance. It has to be more than just sensationalism or morbid concerns, so you can't show the dead body or that the public wants to see nude photos or video of some actor. These facts have to have some sort of public significance or have to be some sort of legitimate public concern. Now, if these facts are coming from public records and they have been lawfully obtained, that's perfectly fine. So if they're publicly available, typically you're thinking about names or addresses or phone numbers, something that's in a public database. That's not considered private facts. Defenses for a lawsuit based on the private facts tort. First Amendment, generally if the media, if the journalist has obtained the information from public records and it is truthful, you've got a solid defense. Newsworthiness and legitimate public concern, if that can be demonstrated, then that can act as a defense as well. And in determining what is legitimate or newsworthy, the press is given some leeway in what's considered to qualify for that. Courts are going to decide this on a case-by-case basis, and they're going to look at the circumstance. There is an example in the textbook dealing with Hulk Hogan, and he has a sex tape that was actually revealed by a news outlet, Gawker, and public figures have an expectation of privacy. For private facts, for things that are extremely embarrassing, where they have not put that information out to the public, celebrities and politicians are allowed these same protections. That's the last of the 4 torts that we were covering. The chapter goes on to deal with privacy and data protection. We'll hit that in the next video.